Hello and welcome. I'm Sheila Applegate, and I'm here today with Kennedy Braden, and we are joining our energies together to support you in the journey of the twin flame. And the journey of the twin flame affects all of us, whether we are in a physical world relationship with someone that we're identifying as a twin flame vibration, or we're simply on the journey of remembering our oneness and turning within and to all of the universe as a reflection of that. The twin flame vibration is found throughout every aspect of our life, and it actually acts as a gateway to our remembrance of oneness. When we're in a physical world relationship with a twin flame, sometimes the journey provokes feelings of deep separation when we see the twin flame in front of us, perhaps with their own personal will and journeying maybe not in the same direction that we're feeling like we would like them to, or we're in a deep, beautiful relationship with them, and yet we have moments of feeling that separation. Whether it's a physical world relationship, a spirit world relationship, or something that we're reflecting throughout our inner understanding, this is a gateway to help us remember that nothing is separate and that we are one. So we're here today to help you on that journey. Kennedy, how are you today?
Yeah, good morning, Sheila. Hello, everyone. It's a beautiful space that we're holding now together as a community, not just here, but on this planet as we begin to look at what is familiar, that is the relationship aspect in the physical of the twin flames, but also looking at a deeper dive into the vibration of creation itself, which is the source of all of that. And as we do that, we can also know that in any moment we can dive deep into every aspect of that oneness energy, or we might still name it twin flame energy, throughout the entire continuum of a relational universe. And so we begin to even take it higher and deeper and wider. I'm reminded of the Narnia Chronicles, where they say further up and further in, that the vibrational codes of this union, this unity for creation and life reside within us and can be expressed in every breath that we take. Every breath we take with ourselves, every breath we take with every living DNA of this universe begins to breathe with us. It's not so much begins, but actually is, and we begin to become aware of it, is really the truth of that. And we begin to go from a resonance with ourselves to a resonance with all of creation. And as we do that, we begin to embody and feel a real sense within of that sacred communion. It creates a radiance, a light that is beyond description, and I'm sure in some way everyone has experienced that on the physical plane, on the spiritual plane, on the emotional plane even. And so it's beginning to know that we can let go into love as love itself in any moment in time with every breath that we take. And so as that, we become a very powerful, as we are innately, very powerful vibrational bridge between the worlds, not having to become the link, because we are the link between the worlds of all connectivity. And there's so much beauty and so much power in that, in this place where there's no separation, no right, no wrong, no good, no bad, no other. That all dissolves into this singularity which is the ultimate, as I see it, the ultimate communion that we carry within us, every single atom of our body, reflecting every single star and galaxy of the universe, connecting everything in between, from the smallest essence to the greatest infinity. So as we look at this from the personal to the cosmic, we can see this continuum expands throughout every moment of our lives, so that we can have that direct experience of encoded union when we wish, whether it's within a form, as you talked about here on Earth, or other forms to begin with. We create with that otherness. We begin to pull in, as you also said, Sheila, to the oneness that is the source of all of that. It is a beautiful gateway. And so within us also lies a beautiful gateway that's very, very deep, and that is the gateway of the heart. And within the heart, as a gateway, there lies the universe, the partner, the beloved, the infinite, the twin flame as universe. So we can do that any moment of our lives quite simply. And I'm going to turn it back over to you, Sheila, to perhaps go into a deeper message about that.
Thank you, Kennedy. As you were speaking, what I want to say is that in this moment, I am going to expand my attention to bring in a higher frequency of a message for you. And reflecting back on this, one of the things that my journey with my twin flame here on Earth helped me to do was to learn to navigate from the different vibrational levels. And really that's what we're talking about when we are referring to the gateway that the twin flame vibration can create for us. So a little bit of a background for people who don't know. I did walk this earth with my twin flame for 13 years. And during that time, I suffered and was blessed with all of the same experiences that most people who are navigating that twin flame vibration will speak of. One of the most profound aspects of that is the deep illusion of separation that seems to come with the duality of that deep sensation of oneness. What I experienced unknowingly, because I came into contact with my twin flame before really digesting this term many years ago. He has also been in spirit for 8 years. So we add those together and know that I started this journey on this lifetime quite some time ago. And what followed the instant feeling of deep union, because that is what a twin flame relationship reflects to us. We experience in the physical understanding the absolute feeling of expansion and oneness with another in that space. It is so divine that it penetrates into every cell of our being. And in that space, we remember that we are not separate. We remember union. We remember the expansion of God's love, Creator's love, the universe, all that within us. And in that space, we feel whole. And when we remember that wholeness, in our dualistic world, we tend to follow that by a deep feeling of separation when we identify that wholeness within the other person because we've experienced it with that other person in that moment. So the journey then begins with what appears to be a deep bouncing back and forth between deep, deep love and union and feeling whole and one with all that is, and then the depth of feeling of despair and separation that is the illusion that tends to be the counterpart of that. As I said, I journeyed and understood that and continually went to the spirit vibration and learned more and more that the task was remembering that we were already whole, that we were already one, no matter what our physical world played out. And as I learned to put my attention on those higher vibrations where we were already one, there was no separation. Our souls were united, and I could draw on that no matter what was happening on earth. We came to a mastery of that remembrance, and in that process, I opened up deeper and deeper to the spirit world because I learned to place my attention on those frequencies that are higher than the density of our physical world. And in doing that, I am now able to place my attention very easily into those frequencies and bring in messages from those frequencies, which many people on my journey call channeling. So that is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to expand my attention through that gateway of union into the vibration that I have come to call Solara. This is the vibration that reflects the harmonic union of the Alpha and the Omega in one voice. So to me, this is the representation of the ultimate twin flame union, which is the universe, the oneness. When we remember the wholeness of that union is in every moment, and we draw our attention to that space, we come to this frequency. So I'm going to shift my attention now, and the message that comes forth will be from that frequency that I call Solara. Dear God, creator of all that is, Alpha, Omega, Enchanted One, Solara, Isis and Ra, Magdalene and Yezu, two feathers, all of the ascended master beings and angelic hosts that are here with us. I expand my attention now into the vibration of all that is, drawing forth from this frequency those vibrations that I identify as Solara. Beloved ones of light and darkness, you are one within yourself. And I know as the universe is moving in its expansion and understanding, as the world that you live on is evolving into a frequency of unified understanding, many across this world are opening up to the vibration that is called the twin flame. You are seeing and coming together with beings on earth who feel such a close reflection of who you are. They are, in essence, the Alpha to your Omega, or the Omega to your Alpha. For in the expansion that has been known as Earth, we have moved in our frequency all the way out to the densest possibility in this moment. And in that space, duality has been the journey of those evolving in this space. And as we come to the completion of that journey, as we come to the completion of that cycle, into full understanding of what we set out to learn and to experience, many people are brought back into a position in which they can remember their oneness. Sometimes it takes a deep penetration in order to move into that space. And as you move deeper and deeper into the beauty of that love, sometimes the pain of that love becomes equally as deep. It seems to be the two extremes are brought into your consciousness in order to help you move into the center of balance and harmony, that harmonic union of remembering that you are whole, that you are one. The beauty is that whether you have experienced the deep love of the twin flame vibration through a meditation, through an understanding, through a song, through a frequency of love and insight, whatever that is, it is within your presence in every moment. It is here to remind you of your wholeness. The opposite experience of reminding you of your loneliness, of your separateness, of that illusion, is only there to propel you forward. Sometimes it is about going deep into that pain, deep into what appears to be the darkness, in order to come out and to remember. But in every moment, you have a choice. You can take the journey of pain. You can take the pathway through the illusion of separation, propelling you forward. Or you can shift your attention into the love and the grace. It is not essential that it is done with one other being. For there are many beings of light. We are all reflected within this oneness. You can move into this space with love. You can call on those beings who have gone before you to hold that space for you. There is a beautiful journey for those of you who go into the depth, and there is also a beautiful journey for the ease that is brought forth when you rest into those who have gone forward before you. As we move into this space now, we remember that it is with ease and grace that we shift our attention. We remember that we are whole. And so in this moment, I ask that you expand your attention. Allow your mind to settle and rest, for it is only a tiny reflection of who you are. Even the heart that pulls you in a certain direction, that too is only a tiny reflection. But deep within the mind and deep within the heart, further than you have ever gone, is a space of complete knowing and remembrance. And we draw our attention into that space, and then we expand our attention. It is almost as if we put our attention beyond our physical body. And in that space we rest. And you will feel your beloved. Whether you know your beloved in physical form or in spirit. Whether you feel that reflection in a master that has gone before you as a teacher, or in the vastness of all that is. It is here for you in every moment. If you have chosen the journey, in this moment, you can choose the union, the love, and the exaltation of knowing that it is all here. The journey is only a journey of remembrance. There is nothing that has to be done or completed. As we have said before, it is merely a gateway to remembrance. And as soon as you choose to step through that gateway, as soon as you rest your vibration in the love that is around you in every moment, whether you see it in another human being reflected back at you, or in a tree, or in a blade of grass, or a beautiful sky, whether you feel it in your dreams or meditation, or in what you call God, it is there for you in every moment. It is there. It is here. We hold you in this remembrance, and we call you forward. For as you step into the space, you will find that you will hold that space for others. And when the world is reflecting the wholeness of remembrance, those things that you struggle with as a world, separation, war, poverty, fear of death, misunderstanding, will melt away. And I know that it is hard for you to conceive of that. And yet, when you rest your attention in the unified field of consciousness that is here for you in every moment, that reality is already there. It is already reflected. And the journey of duality has only been a path to the gateway. It has only been the gateway. And when you step beyond that gateway, the truth is revealed. We bless you with love, and we are with you in every moment, for we are you. I give thanks to the frequency that I know as Solara. I give thanks to each one receiving this vibration and this message with their heart and their mind. And I ask that it penetrate beyond understanding into the very isness of who you are. Amen. And now I wish to place it back over to you, Kennedy, so that you can take us in the next step of helping to integrate this into the very essence of our being.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And having experienced the twin flame on many levels myself as well, I know there are many ways to heal what we call the separation. And one of the most powerful is to feel into the awareness of what you were speaking of there, into the consciousness that we are the ultimate twin flame, the cosmology, biology, resonance. And this is something certainly that we don't hear very often. But as we begin to feel into that more and more in this moment right now, in the whole continuum of a relational universe, then we can feel that empowerment and embodiment instantly without effort. It is not something that we have to create. It is, as you said also, it is already there. I'll read a quick poem that addresses what we're diving into at the moment. Would you be willing to fully surrender all of reality, to merge with oneness, with divinity, to be everything, spaciousness itself? Soften, dear love, to allow the cosmos in. Liquid light, the body's infusion. Language of light, the conversation. Crystalline light, the holofractographic we, which is that cosmology, biology resonance, or the oneness that we know we are, that's playing out in every second that we are breathing and living in this beautiful life. So we have the possibility and opportunity right now to go deep, dissolve separation in our systems, to vibrate ourselves back into that communion, that encoded oneness, and dissolving the conditioning that we gain or possibly take on without knowing through inheritance or repeated experience. You were addressing some of that, and the labeling and so on, and become navigators of love and infinity that we are. So as we look at that right now, let's go into an experience, a direct experience of simply vibrating ourselves, selves and selves, back into communion and resting in that singularity point where all becomes one once again. So as we do with our systems to cue ourselves in, let's take an easy breath of life. And if you like, you can imagine that you're breathing naturally and easily in through your heart and out through your heart center, just to connect to that part of our physicality that is connected to creation. And then taking another easy flow breath into the heart space, deep within, and then letting go out to the universe again. And then just being aware of that deeper space in the center of our being that is also a magnification of our physical heart, an expanded, suspended, beautiful, luminous gateway. You may see that in any way that you feel or sense. Is that deep, deep heart space suspended in the center, not only of our being, but in the center of the entire universe. And as we become aware of that beautiful gateway, or we could say stargate, that we carry with us, we also begin to feel more deeply that gateway is alive in every part of our being. And just becoming aware of that essence and connectivity in this moment as we relax and begin to relax even more into the deep connection that we are. Let's bring that beautiful space of connectivity out to everyone in this space right now with us in this community. and sensing that, and beginning to, again, expand that awareness of our connection into the community space around us, the place where we live, the biosphere, every living being within the place that we inhabit physically, our community there. And then beginning to expand out and feel the connection to the world itself, the planet, the earth as we know it, and the heart of the new earth as we feel it, see it, and create it. Again, engaging those levels on the continuum of the twin flame energy. And now going out and feeling that connectivity, that beautiful, beautiful union with the moon, our moon, the sun, our beautiful star of nourishment and light. And expanding that sense of connection and deep resonance beyond the sun to our galaxy, our spiral, beautiful, light-filled galaxy, in every star, in every space, in communion with that, our brothers and sisters of light that live life with us. And continuing this connection, this connectivity, the essence that we are, out beyond our galaxy to the infinite cosmos, every living star, universe, and beyond, that again is in conversation with us, infusing us as the link with its light, wisdom, and love. And at this point, the expansion, the communion, the love, the light, the conversation is infinite. And feeling now that infinity of resonance and radiance that is with us always as the beloved. And knowing that that is always there, we now come back in a certain awareness, keeping that also, that consciousness alive, back into our universe, our galaxy, back to the stars, to the sun, to our beautiful moon, back to our world, our planet, our earth, and the new earth, and the presence that it holds with us and for us, and into our communities and space that we physically inhabit, connecting back through to this community in this space right now, and bringing that back into our deep, luminous heart center, and coming now into the heart of every cell of our body, reflecting the stars, and going even deeper into the internal universe that is also infinite, our infinite beloved, and bringing that into every atom of our bodies, reflecting every universe. Again, in conversation and partnership. And going deeper, awakening the encoded communion within, feeling every fiber and space of our being vibrating back into the cosmic oneness, and feeling that cosmic oneness or universes upon universes, infinite, vibrating within every cell, perfect, coherent, unified, in communion, a luminous symphony of seemingly two bodies, one soul, one light, beautiful one voice, and one infinity. And now that remembrance, essence, connectivity and connection, that resonance and radiance has been deeply ignited in this moment and every moment beyond, we can more easily feel and embody that in any moment we choose, as we are feeling it on some level in every moment. And so it is.
Thank you, Kennedy. That was very beautiful and profound and essential for all of us to have an opportunity to rest into that vibration, that remembrance, that understanding, and the expansiveness of that. So I appreciate very much you sharing that with everyone. And I just want to remind everyone that this is here for you in every moment. If you have been gifted with the reflection of the twin flame union in a physical form with another person, or if you've experienced it for a moment in meditation, or whenever the defenses drop down, the illusion of separation drop down, and you remember the wholeness of who you are, the instinct of the human may be to try to reach backward towards that feeling, to grasp at that feeling. But the true remembrance is to know that that was only a small reflection of what is with you in every moment. There is nothing to attain and nothing to reach for. It's here in every single moment. And there are many avenues to feeling it, reflecting it, and living from within that space. And when you do, when you are in a position where you have shifted your attention back into that space, back into the remembrance of who you are, and you rest into that, and you hold that as your essence, as your way of being, then all of your relationships, all of the dynamics of your earth experience will reflect that union and that understanding for others. There will be no reaching, there will be no trying to make something happen. There will be a beautiful grace of understanding that everything you are reflecting is in perfect divine order. It is attainable. It is possible. It is your natural way. So we have offered you a couple different reflections of how to rest back into that space of remembrance and to live from that space. And we hope that this is assisting you in that, and that soon whether it be in this moment or the next, that this becomes the true essence of your remembrance and that this is where you live from in every moment.
Beautiful, Sheila. Beautifully said. And just to add briefly that we are here to experience, as you were alluding to, so many things and everything. So experiencing it from knowing that we are a part of rather than separate from is a whole different way to live. You know, a lot of people say, well, how do we live this out? I know it's true, I can feel it, and yet this came up today, that came up today, I'm feeling the separation. Is to remember that we are a part of everything, we are feeling everything, and from that oneness that we are speaking of today, it makes the experience much, much different. The twin flame energy is ultimately a resonance pulsing in and out very, very fast, sometimes slowly, but sometimes very, very fast, until that union that we know we are is, or oneness is irresistible and infinitely recognized.
Absolutely. And as you were saying, we're not trying to avoid the human experience. This actually allows us to engage in all relationships to each other and to the world around us at a deeper level, because we know that unconditional love, which is that remembrance of our union with all that is, that's the reality in every moment. And everything we experience then gets filtered through that remembrance. And so we are allowed to experience the full spectrum of emotion, to engage in the passion and the experience and the dialogue and the drama and the stories of the earth, but we remain in that space of wholeness even as we move through that. That is the true beauty of the union.
Yes, and the beauty of the continuum. Since we are, actually I have to say that we, on a spiritual level, all of us know this and do our best, of course, to live it out. We have to say now, through unification physics, we actually see this mathematically. You know, we see this in equations. We can see this in what Einstein began. Well, why is this important? It's important because now on all levels of our being, our mind wants to be satisfied, our heart wants to be open, our bodies want to feel. That on all levels, it is aligned now. We can see it on all these levels, and in some way it begins to ground it even more for us to know and feel this essence that we have sensed for eons, and that the spiritual masters have talked about forever. And as a brilliant scientist has said, now we can see perhaps that the spiritual, that consciousness is informing science. And again, why is that important? It just means that on all levels now, the gateways are open.
Absolutely. What an exciting time. Thank you, Kennedy, for being here today with me and joining your energy so that we could share with all of the people. And we wish all of you wonderful, wonderful joy on your journey. Any final things you want to say to people, Kennedy?
Just very deep gratitude for all of us traveling and journeying together at this time, and all of the essential energy that everyone is to this planetary shift. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank everybody. Have an incredible day. Have an incredible journey. And we are always with you in union.
Love waves.